This is the Bulge Buster Kit from Lee Precision. It consists of 3 components, 4 parts. You have the pusher pin, which pushes the brass cartridge up through the factory crimp die, which is sold separately. You need a factory crimp die for the size of brass that you're pushing it through. Then there's an adapter that goes on the factory crimp die. And then there's the catch container. The catch container has 2 parts. There's the catch container, which is the top portion lets the brass accumulate, and then the bottom portion, which is the case catcher. As the brass comes through, it spills over into the catcher, and I've kind of staged some brass in there that I've done already. Alright, let's set up the press. We'll start with the pusher pin, and that just goes into the shell holder slot of your press. Next, you disassemble your factory crimp die. Remove the crimp setting tool and the crimper, and you put that into your press, and you want the pusher to sit in to the factory crimp die about 1/4 of an inch. Next, you put in the adapter, which is nothing more than like a feed tube. Kind of disappointed in the 380. They made it universal, so it works great on 45, 380. Sometimes it gets jammed up, especially in here. It'll get jammed up. So I might make a little adapter to the adapter on my lathe. But anyway, the catch tray sits there, and then you have your accumulator here if you need it or want it, and you just start feeding them through. And if you can see or hear that one went in smoothly. That one pushed a little bit, and if you can see them coming out of the top here. And you can see the whole thing rise as it gets caught up in there. No big deal. Like I said, I'm going to make an adapter tube for 380. 45s work great. So anyway, you get the idea, and I've really found it useful for 380 more than the 45. I have one gun, a PPK, that is very sensitive to this. My Bursa 380, that doesn't blink at it, and the Ruger LCP, it doesn't blink at it. But the PPK apparently is very sensitive, and this really pays off for that one. So if you find yourself having some issues, this may be it. Also, I'd like to point out that the 9mm is tapered, so you can't use the 9mm Luger factory crimp die. If you want to use the Bulge Buster on 9mm Luger, you actually have to buy the 9mm Markov factory crimp die. So it also does 380 auto, 357 SIG, 40 Smith & Wesson and 10mm, 400 core bond, 45 GAP, 45 ACP, 45 Win Mag, and 41 Action Express. So if you have any of those cartridges, you can use your Bulge Buster along with your factory crimp die to take care of the problem. So I don't know, it works for me. I like it. Especially since I do have a gun that has issues. There you have it.